have you here. For those of you who I have not had the opportunity to shake your hand this morning, and thank you for being here. My name is Uly Correa. I am the market manager in East Tennessee, Market 123. For many of you, that's the market adjacent to yours. And then I got John Tunnel to the northern eastern side of our market. So I want to welcome you to the meeting today, to the launch of the ODL Outdoor Living strategy that we're going to have this year. And I want to kind of walk you through some of the specifics of some of the ideas that we want to walk out of here today with. And then as well, let's look at some of the challenges that we have. Does everybody remember last year in March what the temperature was?
80 degrees.
80 degrees, right? And do you know what that did to our business? It accelerated with a vengeance our garden center business, right? It really tapped into fishing and so many different categories. So we're going to have some really, really stiff numbers this year, some real challenges. And how are we going to overcome the sales performance that we had last year? I think we're seeing some of that, right? So when you look at some of the headwinds and some of the things that are going against us, if you look at tax refund checks this year, they're running very, very late, right? We're all feeling the results of that. We know that the weather this year is much, much cooler. We're actually having a small winter this year, which we didn't have one last year. So there's a lot of things that influence in East Tennessee, and weather is certainly one of those. So we want to make sure that it was so important that we get together today and get our mindsets ready into what execution needs to be going to the first quarter. And the launch of our outdoor living is going to be something that is going to really set us apart from the competition this year. I will tell you that when I look at the results that we had last year through our TAP program and with our vendor partnership, I think we can all agree that our performance got better and our results got better. When I look at my numbers as a market, the growth that we had, the comp sales increases that we had, the quality of the merchandise, and the way that our vendor partners work with us in educating us and keeping us up to date on the things that were happening out there, I think that we can all agree that although it was never perfect, right, and as long as we're always involved in the process, it's not going to be perfect, we have to admit that we got better. Folks, there is no reason for us to think or to have the mindset that we will never be able to compete with Home Depot or Lowe's. Folks, those folks sell the same merchandise we sell. Do you agree with that? I mean, they do. But I'll tell you what, their presentation and the way they go about the business is something that we need to be studying. And I will tell you that Sam Walton was a study of the business. He went into competition every day, not looking for what they were doing wrong, and not trying to analyze what we were winning against, but he went there to learn what they were doing right. And my challenge to you this year is, as people go through this long process winter that we have had, compared to what we had in the past couple of years, people are going to be ready. They're going to be ready to get out there, get their yards picked up, cleaned up, new plants replaced, all the different things that we want to get involved with. And I'll tell you, we have to be first to market. We have to be first to market. Folks, we got a great program that we are going to bring to you today. And I will tell you that better than last year, and I'll tell you what, the commitment that we're having this year from our vendor partners is exceptional. And they're here today to really walk you through the processes this year and to really have faith with you so you know who they are, you know what the strategy is. And I expect every one of us, if we have any questions, if we have things that we need to discuss, I want you to bring them all forth today. It is important that we have that engagement participation. We did not come here to watch a couple of PowerPoints, take 2 or 3 notes, and we're done for the day, let's go home, right? We came here to have total engagement. And I'll tell you, I challenge you with the same thing Sam used to challenge the buyers, right? When they went into a buying trip, what did Sam used to ask them? How are you going to pay for the investment today, right? how are you gonna pay for your trip? Go buy something, right? Go develop something that is gonna pay for this meeting, for this trip. My challenge to you is, walk out of here today, understanding that something is gonna come up from this meeting today that is gonna make your processes and organization better in your store. And the goal is to execute better than last year. Because you know that if we're not growing, what's happening? We're dying, right? If you're not growing, if you're not moving forward, you're losing. To stay stagnant and be complacent with the same growth that we had last year will not be good enough this year. So a couple of things that we want to point out to you. One, I'm a firm believer on the TAP program. And that is that train and assist program that we have put in place last year. This year's coming back. We had a whole year ahead of us. We got to work out some of the issues. We got to see how the stores got more intimate look and knowledge of each building. And now our vendor partners have data that they're going to utilize to make us and help us be better this year. One of the things that we're going to discuss with you today is the ASM program and how important that is. And then we'll get into some of the shrink aspects of that, and we'll talk through that a little bit. The customer value program. A lot of times, folks, we wait too long to execute the CVP. And we wait too long to the point that it no longer offers a value to our customer. The whole program is designed to be proactive and not reactive. And be able to get some good value out of our not so good-looking plants, right? Those who have been there. You know, how many of us know that live goods has expiration date? No different than fresh, no different than anything that we do, right? Live goods have expiration dates, and you have to be intimately involved on that. The basic garden center layout. So that means that what we show you today here is the maximum that you can do. Hey, feel free. Feel free to go above and beyond, right? We just want to give you a basic layout and a basic expectation of what we want to see in garden centers this year. But feel free to excel, right? Watering processes and what that looks like. My challenge to you is that will be the best investment in payroll on wages that you can make, specifically keeping up with the right times and being diligent on making sure that our plants and our livelihoods are being taken care of on a daily basis. Cannot walk away from that piece. We can't hold our vendors responsible for quality if we're not taking care of our plants ourselves. You agree? Mm-hmm. All right. And then the last thing is, what actions are we going to take, right? So we want to make sure that we walk out of here today knowing what steps are we for sure going to take, right? What things I know that I have to ensure that it happens this year in my business. Because at the end of the day, whose garden center is it? Our garden center. Whose garden center is it? Our garden center. That's right. And if you don't take ownership of that, if you don't own it, if you don't claim it as yours, we're not going to be successful. Folks, Home Depot and Lowe's got nothing on us. That's the first mindset we got to have. We have got to quit giving them market share. It is time for us to claim back what's ours. You agree? You agree?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
You fired up?
Yes.
Are you ready to see some great presentation from our partners?
Yes.
Good deal. I'm excited that you are here. Once again, I consider it a privilege to be able to be here today and spend the day with you and spend the day with our vendors partners who'll be here today. Okay? So are we ready to start?
Yes.
All right, good deal. I think first up is Metrolina, right?